filters through, you'll see it does give it a beautiful cathedral-like effect in there. This is a very popular place for locals. They'll take their boats in there and have small wedding ceremonies in Chapel Gorge. I had a few relatives that have done that. Marriages never seem to do well. I think it's something about starting out on the rocks. This is not a good idea. Now, in the 1800s, the number one job of this river was to transport the number one product down to the markets of the South. And that product was wood. We had the lumberjacks up here chopping down the trees, especially the white pine was very popular, and putting it here in the river. Then it was the raftsman's job to take all of that timber down sometimes as far as New Orleans to be sold. Now this was a very dangerous job back then. You have to remember it was before there were any dams on the Wisconsin River, and as I said, the current is very strong. So back then you could see white water rapids throughout. Now, especially in the area that we're in right now, the raftsmen named this area the Narrows, and in just a moment we're going to be making a sharp left-hand turn, and they call that the Devil's Elbow. Many raftsmen were injured and even lost their lives right here at the rocks of the Narrows and the Devil's Elbow. But there was one raftsman who became very famous at getting through this area successfully, and his name was Leroy Gates. He became so popular that they actually engraved his name into the rock those many, many years ago. And that's right up here to the left. Just as we finish this turn, under the pine boughs, straight ahead, about 10 feet above water level, you'll see a faint inscription. It's not easy to see, but it reads, Leroy Gates, Dells and River Pilot, from 1849 to 58. It's a little easier when you see it kind of going behind you. You'll see it, the engraving right there. It was made about 165-ish years ago, so it was a little difficult to see. Now, once the railroads came through this area, they did stop transporting the lumber by river, and Leroy Gates, well, he had to come up with a new job, so he is the guy that actually started the Wisconsin Dells boat tours, believe it or not. Now, his trip was a little different than ours today. You handed him 1/4, and he handed you 2 oars. Yep, you paddled your way up and down the Wisconsin River while he sat in the back of the boat under a nice big umbrella and pointed out the points of interest. Now, coming up ahead of us and to the left, you're going to see the other side of the old riverbed. That means we are saying goodbye to Black Hawk's Island up here to our left. And coming up here to the right, you're going to see a dock up here. This is the dock to Coldwater Canyon, and that is home of the ghost boats. Yes, every night in the summer, now just on weekends until Halloween, the boats come up here in the dark of night and they dock at this dock. Then the passengers get out of the boat and you walk up that pathway up into the woods. And up there, it is like a big outdoor haunted house. They have actors dressed up in costume chasing you through the dark canyon. They have an amazing light show that happens. It's pretty spectacular. Every evening, very popular in the summers, the ghost boats. Now, coming up ahead of us and to the right, you're going to see a large triangular-shaped rock that's fallen from the ledge. This is what we call the giant shield for obvious reasons, but we use it as a high water mark. There at the bottom, you can kind of see how high the water was a few months ago, and if you can believe it, in 1938, the water was 4 feet above that shield. Now we do have a few moments until we get to our next point of interest.